know. I mean, are there a lot of? I mean, it's mostly white people. But the reason why we don't see a lot of black people in Ninja Warrior because Ninja Warrior is corny as fuck. I mean, not the actual competition, but somebody who's training for Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
what are you doing? Like, what are you? You know, it's not necessarily the most respected sport to train for.
And it's always like you get a lot of people that are on farms that build weird stuff that
Otherwise,
definitely strange weirdos,
right?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, you like, really, you're an adult doing parkour. Are you fucking kidding me? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Unless you've got like a disabled wife, then you are doing parkour to.
Well, yeah, it's like you need something to take your mind off of that shit. That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's a heavy thing to deal with.
Disabled child, disabled wife.
Yeah, for sure. But that's like, so American Ninja Warrior is definitely not going to be the thing that brings us together.
No.
And I don't think the Olympics are going to do it.
You don't think the Olympics are going to do it?
No, because the Olympics highlight differences too much.
Yeah.
It's literally other countries. Like, there are third world countries competing in the Olympics. Like, people who have their, like, oh, the first person to ever compete in track from Laos.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that people are just gonna be looking at it and be like, look, there aren't enough black people on the soccer teams, and there's too many black people on the running team, and there's not enough. You know,
it's like there's not enough black people in the white sports. There's too many white people in the black sports.
Yeah,
yeah. That's another interesting thing. It's do we acknowledge that there are white sports and black sports?
Oh God, no.
But it's not a matter of like black people can't, white people can't. It's like black people don't want to do that.
Skiing.
Yeah, black people don't want to do that.
Bobsled. What was the black track lady that did bobsled?
Not Marion Jones. Lolo Jones.
Lolo Jones,
Lolo Jones,
But she was just a weirdo.
She was a weirdo. She's probably doing Ninja Warrior right as we speak. Like, I think she did. I think she also did Ninja Warrior.
I feel like she did.
Like, that's what Ninja Warrior is for. It's like for people who could never catch.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you could train. I want to do Ninja Warrior.
yeah, you do.
So yeah.
So you're not knocking them.
I'm not knocking.
They're your people.
They are my people, and I know that my people are not necessarily mainstream people.
Yeah.
It's like if you wouldn't be shocked if like, oh, this person who does Ninja Warrior, they also don't use actual bathrooms. They carve out a pumpkin and they piss in that and then throw that away. You'd be like, all right, yeah. Yeah, Sydney and Nancy both do that, right? Football, the NFL was supposed to bring us back as a country.
Pumpkins?
Yeah, they're pissing in pumpkins.
The NFL was what did you say in past tense, like was or is?
I mean, well, right now it's that's what I hear people saying.
Because everybody puts on the jersey and it doesn't. Those are our teams now. We're not looking at black and white. We're looking at Eagles versus Cowboys.
Because the NFL is something that definitely highlights race. Because if your team sucks, you're like, fuck, we don't have enough black people. That's what the problem is. That's the problem is, And then if your team has an adequate amount of black people on it and they still suck, it's like, what the fuck was wrong with this coach?
Yeah.
Got all these black people and you can't get a win in football?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
So I don't know if the NFL is going to be it. There's nothing.
Halloween's going to bring us back together.
Oh.
So people are going to be like, we can't do Halloween. We're all going to be like, yes. All the parents are going to be like, yes, we're doing Halloween.
Halloween's going to be ugly this year.
We were going to be throwing candy 6 feet away. Take it.
Well, for one, that's definitely going to be the case. Like, people are going to get hit with like projectile candy injuries.
Yeah.
Lawsuits.
Yeah.
Like, you hit me with a Charleston chew. Like, I can't. Like, that
is the whitest candy out there.
Yeah. Oh my! That would be my favorite thing to see. If people were being accused for racism because they're giving out white candy. Is this saltwater taffy? Look, what the fuck is this?
It's like, I was at the Jersey Shore when I went with my family this summer.
Yeah, it's like black people can't go to the shore. You know why? This is messed up. They're giving out saltwater taffy and Charleston chews. The Charleston is a dance that is probably racist at this point.
Yeah.
It's so you have that.
Mm-hmm.
You have racist candy, right? And then you're gonna have costumes.
Oh, costumes are a whole
Like,
you can't wear anything.
no, well, like, everybody's gonna be going as themselves. It's like,
Gonna go as a Black Lives Matter supporter.
that's what you're gonna have to be, and it's like, how are you gonna know if you're getting trick or treaters or protesters at your door? So everybody's gonna answer your door with a bucket of candy and a shotgun. His Christmas, fucking Halloween's gonna be lit.
Or you just have to put everybody in those blow up dinosaur costumes where you can't see the person inside them, and everyone has to waddle around.
Yeah, that is gonna be wild because we're in this phase of society where people think they can extrapolate way too much information by one choice or one decision or one action that a person makes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like a person in a Barney costume, right? A purple dinosaur costume. And then a white person is, or like, I don't know, some social justice warrior is going to look at that white person in a purple Barney costume. It's like, yeah, right. You're just trying to figure out a way to wear a purple suit like a black man. You know, it's like, you just want to be a Southern pimp. That's all that is. You know, it's like, well, and then part of me is like, well, I could see that logic.
Yeah.
Dude, it must be so amazing to be a social justice warrior who likes to talk shit at this moment.
You're jealous of that, huh?
I am jealous of it.
You feel like you could do it better, huh?
100%.
You could tie everybody.
I could make everything racist. There's no, I could make all of this shit racist. I'd be a king right now if I didn't have, morals and ethics around this stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I could be the king of the Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah. For sure. Mm-hmm. It's like nobody can twist words better than me. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, I'm missing out.
Yeah,
I'm missing out. I'm telling you, I was born in the wrong time period.
When should you have been born?
Probably like 1,000 years ago.
1,000? Yeah. Like when nobody had morals and ethics? Is that like what?
Yeah, I feel like I am a misplaced warrior in time.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like I should have been like back when, we were like, there were people foraging for food and shit. Yeah. So I said that last night when we were at the party. I was talking to Mary Jo about that when you left our table to go with the cool kids. I
thought your table was the cool kids.
Our table was the cool kids?
I thought so.
Well, yeah, it was. Okay. It was for sure. So when you left, I was talking to Mary Jo. I was like telling her, like, I feel like I'm a misplaced warrior in time. Like, I feel like I'm an ancient warrior. That's my lineage, And she was like, oh, I feel like I would have been a gatherer. Right?
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, right? It gets even better. She was like, yeah, I'd probably eat the wrong berry and die. And it was like, what? But you said that so matter-of-factly, like you've been thinking about it. She's like, I think about it all the time. Yeah, she was just like so comfortable with it. Yeah, I'd eat the wrong berry and die. It's just like, I'm very curious about berries. Yeah, but no, I do. I'm trying to think of like something that I could have made racist, like even in this time, where it's just like anything that like has to do with a white person and a black person. Yeah, it's easy to make racist. Well, I'll figure it out throughout. Okay. I'll figure out how to make things racist throughout this podcast. But
you work on that.
Yeah, you see that the official ban on TikTok has started.
I saw something. Yeah. Does it have to do with Trump?
Yeah, he's putting a ban. Well, so the reason why it's happening is because I actually got informed.
Oh, look at you.
I'm an informed black man. Don't be shocked. Were you shocked that I was informed as a black man? See? I'm good at this.
Oh, I was thinking how white dads need to get mad at black dads for appropriation of like the high white socks. As I was looking at your socks. I couldn't see the end of them under your pants.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what other reason white dads should be mad at black dads, please? Are there other reasons? I did it again.
Just be offended by everything.
That's all you have to do is be offended by everything.
Yeah.
Just start with just get offended and then just start talking.
Yeah.
It will work itself out. So TikTok, the reason why Trump is trying to get rid of it is because it is a Chinese company. right?
Yeah.
An all Chinese company.
I was like, oh yeah, and then I was like, wait, I can't say that. Like, I understand, like that's a thing that should happen. I didn't mean, oh yeah, I meant what?
So, all Chinese companies have to report to the CCP, the Communist China Party.
B.
I always want to say CPC, the Communist Party of China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that better. But they all have to report to them.
Yeah.
So TikTok is one of these apps that takes in a lot of our data. Like, you know, it has GPS data. It can like track your gait. It can also, they found that
track your gait, like your walk, or
the way
like
you walk, because the way you walk can determine, like if there's changes in the way you walk, it can determine whether or not you have certain illnesses and stuff. So also there was a time period where the TikTok app, if you were copying things into your clipboard, like, you know, to copy and paste something, they could see the information that you had in your clipboard and basically send that over to the CCP, the Communist Chinese Party. Chinese Communist Party, that's what it is, Chinese Communist, which is, I mean, it's kind of a big no-no, like in theory, although for me it's like, well, I've kind of like conceded my data.
Right, like they're looking at all of it if they want to,
right?
So there's nothing on my phone that's secret.
Basically, you know, so I got to be concerned because it's Chinese people looking at my data.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to do something more insidious with my data than you are?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, I mean, that's basically what it's coming down to. It's like the U.S. is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The Chinese cannot spy on you. We spy on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then part of me is like, yeah, that logic tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's like one of those things where it's like when you're a kid, like you can talk as much trash about your own mom as you want to, but as soon as somebody else does, it's like, don't you be talking about my mom? You know, it's like time to fight. So it's like, get the fuck off my data, China.
Yeah.
You know? Also, what are they doing with my data? What are you doing with my data?
Yeah.
What happens? What do you do with data?
I don't know.
Well,
actually, I just watched a documentary about this. 'Cause it's that whole thing that with the stuff on the internet, the product of the internet and advertisements on the internet and usage of, you know, Facebook and all those apps, the person is the good.
Yeah.
Like you and your data is the good. Like they're trying to hijack you.
Yeah.
You know, so
which I still don't even know what that means.
Yeah, so they're trying to manipulate you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So America's like, whoa, 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 we're manipulating Sydney. You back the fuck off.
Yeah.
You know?
Basically. Because they want to control your actions and everything. And China can't control your actions.
I mean, I don't know. I've always wanted to be a samurai. What are they trying to make me into? You know, what are they doing?
They're just trying to make you into a fat, lazy slob, though, I think.
I think China is behind all this social unrest and division. I think they're playing us.
Oh, do you? Is that what you think?
I think they're TikToking us. I think they're doing it through TikTok. I think they're doing it through dance challenges. You know?
What are they? They're just trying. Well, they are like the long game. We want to be the superpower. Like we forget this whole like there's a war out there to be the superpower.
Yes.
You know, and we just kind of assume, especially the generations younger than us, that U.S. is the superpower.
Yeah.
And it hasn't always been and won't always be.
It's also kind of funny to me because in the quest for all these countries trying to be the world's superpower, like all these countries get caught by other countries trying to screw the countries over. Like the U.S. catches China, you know, like stealing everything that was copied to the clipboard of our phones. Mm-hmm. And then China's like, you got me.
Yeah, yeah. My bad. Yeah. There's no like, it's just like, oh yeah, we gotta wait for a little while.
Yeah, and then like China finds out that they have American spies in the country, and then we're like, oh my bad, let us get them back.
Yeah.
Give us our spies back. We'll stop.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wild thing how these powerful countries just are they letting shit go? I mean, it's just like they almost have to let stuff go as to not draw attention to what they're doing.
Yeah. I listened to this podcast that it was about the U.S. presidents, and its take on it was basically that all U.S. presidents have been bumbling idiots. like since JFK. You know, like he was womanizing and all that stuff, but he was also like, he almost died like 5 times in his life before he was president. You know, they like read him his rights in the hospital. And because of that, he was in a ton of pain because he had all these like weird diseases that they didn't know how to cure. And so he was just like on morphine and he was doped up for his like whole presidency, and he was making bad decisions. So like the Cuba Missile Crisis was him just blundering shit up in a bad relationship with USSR. You know, he wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't like he like was a political genius that got us out of this nuclear war. It was like he Homer Simpsoned himself into it.
Yeah, but they're also Homer Simpsons. Like that is the funny thing about the world, where it's like the person talking like me. Like I convince myself that I'm somehow intelligent and get it, and then everybody else is a blundering idiot. It's like we're all bumbling, blundering idiots. Yeah. Like that's what this world is. Like humans are fucking idiots. Yeah. You know, like there's like, you know, we're the smartest animal on earth and we're dumb as fuck. Yeah. So as much as JFK was bumbling the Cuban Missile Crisis, like Russia was on the other side like, oh my God, what is this next move going to be? Yeah. This man is brilliant. He's just out chessing us at every turn. Yeah. What is happening? Yeah. You know? So it's like, because they're idiots too. Yeah. And then China's looking at these, like Russia and America in the Cuban Missile Crisis, like, oh my God, these two superpowers are so
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're all idiots. We're all idiots, you know? So, yeah, I would love, I don't know. I do want to see that high level of idiocracy though. I want to like be like a fly on the wall to just kind of like, oh man, these guys are fucking dumb. Yeah. Like, holy shit. Yeah. We're going to die. We're all going to die. Yeah. Man. Yeah, I was cracking up last night at, you know, when we were at the surprise party. And then, like, until Tyler showed up, I was the only black person there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
But Janelle would correct you on that.
Correct. Correct. I was the only black guy there. Well, because what I'm about to say, I don't think exists the same way for black women. Okay. Where, like, if you're a black guy, like, it's supposedly, right? Especially like when you grow up, because a lot of like growing up, for us, the black people that hung out with white people were like nerds or dorks. Or for some reason, unless you guys all did a sport together, which is kind of what we all have going on. Yeah. Right. But other than that, it was like if you're a black guy with a bunch of white friends, it's like you're a fucking nerd. Yeah. You know. So then when another black guy shows up, it's like your position in the group is being challenged. Yeah. Right? So here is actually one of my favorite things, because I was always, a lot of times I was the second black person to show up to a group. Yeah. Right. And it was funny to me, because I got to be myself. I didn't have to concede any bit of my personality, because they're not looking like, nobody's the same in a group, right? You have one tall person. Say you have two tall people. Well, one tall person is like the know-it-all, aggressive alpha. The other tall person is like, you know, I'm a gentle giant, right? Yeah. You don't have two tall alphas in a group, right? So you have one black nerd show up, and then you have one black kind of cool guy show up. Yeah. Right? And then it's always funny to me, like being the black kind of cool guy that shows up, and then see how angry the black nerd is for having to be the black nerd. Yeah. You know, it's like, nobody asked you to be that. Yeah. You know? It's like, you don't even know about Yu-Gi-Oh? You don't have a single Pokédeck? Like, what is wrong with this guy? He's showing up without a Pokédeck. You know?
You had all your Pokédecks at the party last night, huh?
Yeah. And then they'd be like, this guy doesn't even know who Guns N' Roses are. He doesn't know who Axl Rose is. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, doing the butt. And then everybody else in the group like stops listening to Guns N' Roses for the day, and they're all doing the butt. It's like, I don't know how to do the butt. What is it? Yeah, that is that's just a funny, it's always been a funny dynamic to me. Mm-hmm. You know, because like now you gotta, like typically it seems like the original now has to get rid of the new. Yeah. Or force them to assimilate.
Well, because the new is like an upgraded version of the original, right?
Dude, that must suck to see. It's like, what, guys, wasn't I good enough?
Yeah.
Why'd you invite him? I'm here.
Yeah.
You know? Guys, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I imagine that's the same like for like girls if they hang out with a group of guys and they're like the one girl in the group and then like a new girl shows up and it's like everything she's doing, it's like, what? Why are you? Stop it. Like, you can't be better than me at sports or know more about sports or be, but then you also like don't want her to be girlier or like prettier or like.
No, you just got to cut her fucking head off.
Yeah.
She's got to die. And that's the only solution. Yeah. You don't even want to spend the time. Like women don't even want to spend the time to find out what the differences could be.
No.
It's like, no, I just gotta kill her.
Right now.
It's like, yeah, you're like a Highlander.
Yeah.
You're the token Highlander.
Yeah.
And everybody else has to die.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whatever, like if you're the only girl with a group of guys, you're the token Highlander.
Yeah.
You better not show up with another bitch. She's getting it. Yeah. Have you ever been a token Highlander in a situation?
You know, I'm not part of any groups. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been in a group long enough.
Have you ever showed up? Have you ever been ousted by a Highlander? Has a token Highlander ever cut off your head?
Oh, we might have to come back to this. I might have to think about this for a minute.
That's fair. I'm trying to think about any of the times that I was decapitated by a token Highlander.
Huh.
Right, there had to, because I was never, I don't know, I guess I never take the position of a token Highlander in a group.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm just like, the more the merrier. I don't care what shows up. It's like, hell yeah, now we got this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't think I've never decapitated. I never offed someone's head.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I remember when I changed friends groups in like 6th grade maybe, that there was a lot of chaos as I was trying to join this friends group, you know, and it was like cool to hang out with one person one day, but then it wasn't cool the next day. And it was like, you know, I never really thought of it like that. Like, it was just like, cause like I was like, I just want to hang out with all of you.
I know. It's
like,
just
can I come? You guys seem like you have a lot of fun.
Wait, are you telling me you guys will be my friends?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Whose head do I got to cut off? Yeah, I was a bounty hunter. Yeah. I was like, whatever you guys want me to do.
If I do it, I get to stay, right?
Yeah, so what was I thinking about how the other day how women invented personalities? Yeah, which was like you know, because it's women invented personalities because like they have to have personalities themselves, right? So the way that they invented personalities for guys was by, you know, loving particular traits of a guy, right?
I thought it was going to be like, that guy will rape me, that guy will not.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. It was like, ooh, he's not raping people. He's nice. Yeah. And then all the guys that were raping was like, I'm fucking nice.
Yeah.
I'm nice. So then like that generation had to like learn how to be nice. So the next generation like that the rapers created, like they taught theirs like, be nice. You know, so then they started being nice.
Yeah.
That developed into a personality. And then personality just got like you know, gayer and gayer. You know? It's just like could you imagine being like in a society of like men and women where like men had this power where it's like they could just go rape any woman they want.
Right.
And that's how they got sex.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, they have to be wearing the right hat.
Your shoes don't match your belt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? So confusing.
Oh,
but my dick's out. And it's hard.
What do you mean about the belt? Can I just grab her? I'll just grab her, right? Dude, that must have been like a rough transition.
Yeah.
You know? It's like yeah, you just gotta show up. You gotta learn a magic trick. You know, like the mystery and the pickup artist.
Yeah.
Pickup artist. Oh my God, that must have been a wild time in history.
Yeah.
Where it's like, like just the anger You know, like when somebody's trying to do a magic trick and it doesn't work, and you're like looking around. You know,
grab a woman by the hair and drag her into the coat rack.
And then it's like, and then like a guy who's like developing my new personality of like the sniper. It's like you don't really have a person like the personality of like waiting for other people to try things and to make fun of them for failing. Like that like funny, like a funny guy.
Yeah,
you know, it's like nobody had to be funny until
now when you could just rape people.
Yeah,
nobody had to be funny.
Nobody had to be funny. There was no humor.
No.
First of all, rape wasn't funny.
No.
Like nothing was a laughing matter at all.
Yeah.
At all. So, and then like this guy, like he's like learning personalities. Like he's trying to do the thumb trick and he's like not doing it right. And like I show up like, that motherfucker got 2 thumbs. And everybody starts laughing. Oh my God, what a great time! See, I missed my time. That was my time. When personalities first started to get developed. Yeah, that was my time to shine.
Oh man,
that was my time period.
I found my woman in history. You know, I've been searching for my woman in history that I'm like, yes, this is her. I found her.
Okay.
It's Princess Olga.
Princess Olga. She what? Irish? She
a Viking.
A Viking?
Like Kiev area.
Kiev. You know places now.
I'm a little educated.
You know places now. Okay. Kiev. Okay, look at Ansley acting all brand new. Okay, so tell us about Princess Olga.
So Princess Olga had a husband, and he went to collect his penance from, his Viking tribes.
Yeah.
Because he was like the head, the high prince of the area. Okay. And there was this group of people that he went to get it from. They were like a proud people, and like they lived in the trees.
Proud Boys?
Yeah,
Proud Boys?
Their name, I forget what it was, but it was literally like people of the trees. And so he went to get it, and they gave him his penance, but they like lived.
Wait, what is a penance?
It's like taxes.
Okay.
It's collecting taxes.
Yeah.
And they gave him, their honey and their fur and everything, but they were living large, and he was like, and they didn't really like him, and he didn't like the way he left, the way it made him feel, because he was like, they gave me what they owed me, but it didn't, like, they didn't have to sacrifice. Like, I'm going to go back and get more. Like, that's just like, they don't respect me because they're not sacrificing.
They were like too happy.
Yeah, like too much like, here, take our pocket change.
Like, oh yeah, have it. And he's like, oh, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah. So he went back.
This doesn't feel very Viking of me.
No.
That again. That must be a weird transition, right? Yeah. Because you're used to when you take something from somebody, when you're leaving, like you smell smoldering fire, you hear the screams of wounded people, you know what I mean? It's like,
what will we feed our children?
Yeah. It's like, if you don't hear, like, he had to be like, man, I didn't realize that's what I loved.
Yeah.
Like I thought before this, I just loved collecting shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I'm really tied to the screams. I really am. I really am.
So he went back to get some screams. He was like, coming back. He was like, give me more. Yeah. And they were like, no. They were like, get him. So they grabbed him and they took him up to a mountain and they bent 2 trees down, tied them to either side of their legs.
Damn, his mind must have been blown at that moment. Where it's like, because that's another thing. If Vikings ever went back to a place that they've already sacked, like when they went back, like the people were like, oh my God, they're here. You know what I mean? It's like, and like people scattering all over the place. Yeah. Like he showed up and they were like, what the fuck do you want now, dude?
And he was like, he told his caravan van that had all the stuff already. He's like, go ahead. You guys keep going. I'm going to go back and get some more stuff.
By himself.
That's what one story I read.
With a small crew?
Yeah. Like, so at least a crew, like maybe it was just him. I don't know.
It's a bold move.
Wasn't enough people.
It's a bold move. This dude is like, he didn't think it needed to be enough. Like how easily they gave up the penance. Yeah. Like we're Vikings. They're pussies. Yeah. Let's go get our screams, dude.
Yeah. And they were like, like their prince was like, no, get him. Yeah. And so they went, they got him, they took them up on a mountain. Like,
well, we've decided that screaming for other men is kind of gay, so so we're not gonna do it.
They like 6 guys grabbed one tree, 6 guys grabbed another tree. They bent them down low. They tied the head prince's legs to either tree, let him go, ripped him in half.
Wow.
gone. He's goner, right?
Wow.
So Princess Olga finds out about this.
I wonder if that was we think that was before the catapult, right?
I think it's around the same time.
Yeah, because it would be like, guys, what I found out is that if we tie him to one tree, it is way funnier.
Yeah. That's when the funny guy showed up.
Yeah. Dude, I got an idea. It's going to be hilarious. Yeah, especially because they keep him tied and he just smacks down on the other side.
They're Looney Tuning.
Yeah, that was the invention of humor. That's what that was. All right, so Princess Olga found out.
So that was the prince there that killed the head prince. It was Prince Maul.
Okay.
So Prince Maul was like,
he mauled him.
Yeah,
He got mauled.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm the man now. He's like,
he's a mauler.
Yeah,
of course he's the man.
He's like, send my crew down to Princess Olga. Tell her that I'll marry her. So, because her son was only 3 years old at this time, and he's like, what's she gonna do? Of course she's gotta marry.
He tried to replace a token Highlander.
Yeah.
I am now your husband.
Yeah. So the crew came down to see Princess Olga and was like, hey, look, we ripped your husband in half, but Prince Maul wants to marry you. What do you say? And she was like, oh, okay. She's like, well, listen, I'll marry your Princess Maul tomorrow. I want to receive you in my palace, my place. She's like, tomorrow when my men come to get you, you tell them they must carry you to my palace in your boat. That's the only way. They have to show you that respect. And they're like, okay, cool.
Damn.
So,
he was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, Prince wasn't there. This was just his
But
entourage.
when he heard that, when they came back and told him that, he was like, damn. Didn't I tell you I get bitches?
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you I get bitches?
Yeah.
Mauler.
And so the next day, her crew went to go get them, carrying them to the palace on their boat. They're like looking at everybody as they pass by, and the people are like, "Oh, we hate them. They ripped our prince in half. We hate them."
Yeah.
But they're going, and when they get there over the night, Princess Olga had her other people dig a really, really deep trench, like right outside the palace. So when they get there, they dump the boat into the trench.
Yeah.
Like so that the people are under the boat, and then they buried them. And she was like, "How's that penance now?"
Yeah.
And so
should have screamed the first time.
and then I guess then she sent a messenger back to Prince Maul, and she said, "Hey, Prince Maul, your people came and asked me if I'd marry you, and I will marry you." She's like, "But those people you sent, they were just commoners. Don't I deserve more than that? Will you please send an envoy of your most esteemed men?" And he was like, "Okay."
Dude, he's like, this bitch is all over me, man. Damn, all right, send him.
So he sent like his 20, mayors or his like 20 best, like high esteemed people to go ask for her hand properly. And they show up and she's like, look, before I can receive you in my palace, I need you to go to the bathhouse and get clean because you guys have been traveling. They're like, okay. So they all go to the bathhouse and she's like,
they walked over like, man, what was recently buried here?
Yeah,
just like walked in, like, this is weird. All right, we'll go in.
There's like parts of boats.
Yeah.
Weird.
Are those oars? Like, these people decorate weird. They really love boats here.
So they go to the bathhouse and she's like, don't worry, the water's warm. It's great. It's big. Everybody will fit in there. They go in. She locks the door and lights it on fire.
Damn, I love Vikings.
So those guys are gone. And she's like, okay, now we're going to go, what's the word? We're going to go make war on their village. We're going to go.
Siege?
Siege. We're going to go siege. Yeah. So she gets her army together. She makes her 3-year-old son a tiny little 3-year-old bow and arrow. They go up to the town. And she has her son shoot the bow and arrow because he shoots the first arrow to start the war, the siege on this town.
Yeah, because technically it was supposed to have been her husband?
Yeah, I guess that's how they would do it. Yeah. So her son did that. And so then they sieged the town. And it was like, it's a well-defended town. So they couldn't really destroy them, but they could cut off all their supply lines. So they battle all summer, and it's just kind of like a standout. And like her people are getting weary and the people in the town are hungry and running out of supplies. And she's like, look, Prince Maul, let's call an end to this. All I need for you to do is send me your best mead and your best alcohol up to the hill where you killed my husband. because I need to mourn him and celebrate his life. And he was like, yeah, I'll do that. So he sent his troops up there with all their best alcohol, and she didn't show up with her army. So they all drank the alcohol and got really drunk.
Like her troops did?
No, his troops. His troops did while they were waiting for her to come. And so then when they were good and drunk and like passed out and stuff, she brought her army up there and they slaughtered them all.
Yeah.
And she was like, look. Let's call it even. We're even now. We're even. I'm going to go back.
You killed my husband. I killed all your people.
We're going to go back to our town, but all I need is for you guys to give me the penance that my husband wanted in the first place. And he was like...
She's like, let me hear you scream, bitches.
And they were like, okay. And she's like, but I understand that we've been at battle and that you guys don't have much. All I want is 3 pigeons and 3 canaries from each house. And they were like, oh, we can do that, you know?
Whoa.
Everybody's got birds back then?
Everybody just had pigeons and canaries?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I can dispose of 3. Yeah, I can give you 3 of my. I mean, that doesn't even really put a dent in my canaries. They only want 3. It's like these people are. Yeah, give them 3.
So they collect 3 from 6 birds from each house.
6 birds.
Take their 6 birds. They tie something onto its leg that's like a long like leather piece, and on the end of it, they put like flint or something that they could light on fire. I forget what.
Yeah.
So they tie this all on the birds, light the little fire piece on the end, and then they send the birds back. They let the birds go, and pigeons go back to where they live.
They're homing. They're homers.
And you remember these were the people of the trees, right?
Yeah.
So everything that they have is built out of wood. Birds go home, the whole town goes up in smoke.
How did she do this again?
They tied something to the bird leg that like it was a piece of leather or something that wouldn't burn very fast.
Okay.
And then on the bottom of this thing that they tied to the leg was something that would like could smolder, like something that like flint.
Gotcha. So it was something that was on
fire,
like coal, like a hot fire coal.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Tied to the birds, and they let all the birds go. They go back to the houses, and every house goes up in smoke. Like the whole place lights on fire and burns to the ground.
I kind of like the idea that she found out that they tied her husband to 2 trees and split him in half, and she was like, "That's not even that funny." I know funny.
Yeah.
She was like, because every single thing that she did is kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know if they said this or if this was just the author of the story that was like elaborating, but they said because, he was trying to get penance and he wanted everybody to like worship me, think about how great I am. So like what they did was that they had 2 trees and made them bow down. And like if you put too much pressure on something to make it bow, it's going to react. It's gonna
it's gonna snap.
Something's gonna snap.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was like if that's part of the lore or if that was like the author's.
I mean, it probably was. I mean, these people didn't really have other shit to do. Yeah. So they probably put a lot of thought into their tree pranks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably really put a lot of thought into that stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
And so then she went home and she was like, "Thanks for your marriage proposal, but no thanks."
Yeah. All right. I like her.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. I'm still calling her a bad burrito.
Yeah.
That's a bad burrito.
It's a bad burrito.
She murdered a lot of people from that story. That story alone. I mean, I don't know how many people you need to murder for it to be considered a lot, but she like murdered a whole boat of people.
Yeah.
A whole convoy of, elites.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of drunk people on a hill.
Drunk soldiers, all the drunk soldiers.
That is
and then
hilarious.
all the women and children in the town. She got them all.
Yeah, that's got to be good Viking humor. Right there, that's got to be it. All right, where'd you find her?
On my podcast that I like to listen to.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, she later she's a saint in the Christian church. She later became baptized a Christian, and she brought Christianity to the Vikings. She was like, "Look, you should all turn the other cheek. Yeah. If somebody wrongs you, you should really."
It's like, now that I fucked you all up, we shouldn't be doing that to each other.
No,
really, come on, let's just all get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. That's how you got to do it. Mm-hmm. That's how you got to do it. Did I talk to you about the secret meeting, the secret rap meeting?
I don't think so.
Okay, so apparently.
Oh wait, yes you did. Yes you did.
Yes.
About when the music changed.
Yeah.
The day the music died.
The day the music died. Yeah. It was. So let me see. It was. So record executives in 1991, they were. And this is of course by way of Crazy Bones from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
They all just disappeared for.
Dude,
at one moment.
They're just out there just collecting the information. They're out there trying to take down the Illuminati.
Yeah.
You got to disappear for a little while or they'll get you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to
Is he the one that talks really fast? Isn't one of those ones
I think that's what their whole group was.
all of them talk fast?
Except that yeah. Boom 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 boom. Tell me what you gonna do. Make your place to burn. It's like, was he the guy that talked fast the whole time, or he would talk fast and slow? Like, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing Crazy Bones. That sounds like a guy who probably talks crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So he apparently got inside information from one of the execs. He wouldn't say his name, but one of the people that has like power in the music industry, who was at this secret meeting in 1991, right? So this guy was pulled into this meeting by other record execs, and it was at someone's house. And like he believes that it was probably at like the head honcho, like the shadowy figure that we don't know. Mm-hmm. You know, like he never knew whose house
the
it
guy
really
who had
was.
The high back chair
at
the head of the table that slowly turned around.
Yeah, the token Highlander.
Yeah.
the Highlander. So he goes, they're basically, private prisons were starting to become a thing. And very new, but they wanted to invest in these private prisons. You know, they were starting to invest in these private prisons, but they needed them to be filled. So what these record execs decided that they would do is they would alter what is being sent out there as far as rap music is concerned, from being all the diverse rap that it used to be in the early 90s, the early 90, I guess, like, you know. So, but, you know, when rap first came out, it was like hip hop, the hip did the hip, you know, it wasn't like, you know, I'll shoot you in the face and then I'll fuck your mom. It wasn't that, you know. And then I'll do drugs on her court. You know, it wasn't like, that's what rap turned into.
Wait, okay.
Go ahead.
I have questions. So but in 91, when did rappers starting their own music companies? Was it after 91?
I think so. Okay. I think it was, because as far as I can remember, I feel like the first record labels started by rappers were kind of gangster rap labels.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So it was after gangster rap took off enough for these people to have enough wealth because of it to start their own labels. Yeah,
because all those VH1 shows about black artists that went broke were all 90s artists, right?
Yeah. Dude, this is why.
Yeah.
They fucking crushed MC Hammer.
Yeah.
They ruined him. They made people hate his music.
Yeah.
It was like he became corny, right?
Yeah.
So what they did is they just kept pumping out gangster rap.
Yeah.
Like above demand.
Right.
It didn't matter what the demand was for happy rap.
Yeah.
It was like gangster rap is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And the goal was to basically reinforce and establish a culture of criminality and people who adhere to it, so that their prisons would always stay full and they'd always be able to keep making money from these private prisons.
Yeah, that's like that's a mind worm, like a brain worm.
It is.
Like you're like, no, but maybe, but no, but it makes a lot of sense,
right? Because it seems like it would be something that is way easier to pull off than Epstein's Island.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, it's like, it's just like, this is what the people like. I mean, it's got a good beat. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's funny to think about the gangster rappers that got all the fame after that happened, because they were like the happiest gangster rappers you could possibly have. You know, like Tupac. Like there was part of Tupac, like he was sad too, but he was also like his songs were upbeat. You know, a little bit.
He had some upbeat songs, but it was. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he was mostly, but it was like, like his upbeat songs were like, "I fucked your bitch."
Yeah, but they had like the words weren't upbeat, but
yeah, he fucked my bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I love this guy.
Yeah. What was all the stuff like? What remember when you went down that rabbit hole of rap conspiracy? I think it was with Tupac, and it was like people doing other people in the butts and
The gay Illuminati?
Yeah, how does that fold into all of this?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I need to put a little research into I just want to do this is all I want to know. I just want to see any financial link to any music company in any private prison.
Go ask China. They've got all the data.
Dude, you're fucking right.
Mm-hmm.
That is for sure where these record execs are hiding all their. It's TikTok. They're filing everything on TikTok.
Yep.
Right in front of our faces, like we can't even see it.
Yep.
It's like, God damn it, they're doing it to us. Doing it to us. So, but yeah, I'm very curious about that because if I just see one record company tied to one private prison, I'm believing the whole thing. The whole thing.
Going Aaron Brockovich on this.
The whole thing. I'm not even. She actually did more research. When she got a little bit of evidence, she was like, I need more.
Not you.
That's all I need. 100% this is true. I believe this. I 100% believe this now. Yeah. I mean, I want to believe it, because it's like, what happened? What happened to rap music? Like, why did it change?
Yeah.
We were having so much fun.
We were.
Like parents just don't understand.
Mm-hmm, summertime.
I can't remember if that was.
That too late?
It might be too late. It might be like it might have been, one of the last throws.
Yeah.
It's so let me look that up. Summertime. Will Smith. When do you think it was? I think you're right.
I guess I had to be over.
No, I think
10.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember, because I always remember things by the houses that I lived in at the time.
Yeah.
And dude, it was released in 1991.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what happy rap was released after 1991?
I didn't because I was like, oh, I must have been too young because I didn't listen to rap when I was in 8th grade.
You didn't listen to gangster rap,
right? But
you listened to rap.
I did,
but you didn't listen to gangster rap because it was like, the fuck, this is violent.
They got their own radio stations and stuff. It all got separated and
dude,
this is black people music, this is white people music,
right? Because before that, party music, rap party music, was summertime. Parents don't understand. The Fushnikins. It was like, dude, it wasn't like kill drugs money, kill drugs money. That's not what we were dancing to when rap first came out.
Yeah,
you can't go to a part like all club music now is like Percocet, Molly Percocet. Like, what the fuck is happening, man?
Yeah,
you're just saying awful things over sick beats. They are sick beats.
Yeah, the beats are still good.
The beats are the beats. Those are some beats, man.
Yeah, the words.
But yeah, it's I think there's something to it.
Yeah,
I think there's something to it. So it's it's like that. Man. By the way, that was finding out that Summertime came out in 1991. That's all the evidence I need.
You're welcome.
You connected the dots for me. That was it.
Good.
You're Aaron Brockovich.
I am. Don't try to appropriate that. I get to be her, not you.
Well, first of all, you try to appropriate that on me. You try to get me canceled. You try to get me all confidently Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, look at him. He's Aaron Brockovich. What if I did?
He's a bad burrito.
Yeah, if I dressed up for Aaron Brockovich for Halloween. And he canceled me, that would be crazy. Yeah, and it's yeah. I think we can be close to done here.
Mm-hmm, I had a good time with you.
It was a good time. This was a good time. Like I don't think we quite reached an hour. I think we're a little short.
Yeah,
a little short, but this is a good time. Mm-hmm. And because this other stuff I kind of want to talk about on the Patreon.
Okay.
Oh wait. There's one last thing I want to talk about. Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
He's the man.
Oh boy, why? What do you do now? What do you do now?
I realized recently Kanye West is probably he's a billionaire now. I don't know if you know that, but he's now a billionaire.
Okay.
Kanye West is maybe the only living noble billionaire.
Noble?
Yeah, he's a noble. Kanye West is a noble billionaire, and that's why people are trying to take him down. That's why there's such an effort to make him seem like a crazy man.
I always was like, leave Kanye alone. You know, like you people are attacking him. But that last rant he had about abortion and stuff, he was doing that to himself.
Yeah, but what did he necessarily do wrong?
He cried.
Right? But why was it wrong for him to, as he was like, now I'm like quoting him from his interview with Nick Cannon on like the Cannon School. It's like, what's wrong with a man crying about the possible death of his daughter? Because that's why he was crying.
Yeah.
Because he made the decision to have his daughter aborted.
Yeah.
And if Kim Kardashian didn't resist that, his daughter would have been aborted. Now, when he actually has his daughter in his hand,
yeah,
and seeing like, you know, when you first hold your child, the overwhelming sensation of love and gratitude that you get.
Yeah.
It's like you almost killed that.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean,
But hasn't he ever talked this out with a therapist? Like, why was, like, he's wanted to be president when he decided to have this emotional meltdown in a public rally.
But see, you're calling it a meltdown. It was called a meltdown.
Yeah.
I think he was expressing the emotion.
Is that how he talks every time he has a conversation?
He probably cries every conversation. He probably I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he does. I think he goes up and down with the emotion of the conversation. So here's the back.
Okay.
Here's the.
Give me something to believe in him.
Yeah.
With,
Here's the Jack theory behind it.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
To become a billionaire, you have to sacrifice something.
Right.
Right. Nobody becomes a billionaire without sacrificing something major of themselves. A lot of people sacrifice relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Steve Jobs sacrificed a friendship and then the ability to have friendships going forward. Like he screwed over Bill Gates to become Steve Jobs.
Right.
Or maybe Bill Gates screwed over Steve Jobs to become Bill Gates. But there was screwing over.
I think Steve Jobs did it.
Right? It was Steve Jobs, right? And then from then on, he could never really trust in people enough to have valuable relationships, only work partners and work relationships and things like that. So, you know, he probably died a friendless, paranoid man to some degree, right? So that's what he sacrificed. You look at somebody like Jay-Z, who is now a billionaire, screwing people over left and right. He's sacrificing his integrity, right? He'll give up his integrity. Like which tracks. I mean, he started out making his money, get into millions initially by being a drug dealer,
right?
And then going into rap, and then so on and so forth. But that's what he sacrificed. Like he'll screw over people. Like because he wants the relationships. He's still having the relationships, and he's having these people close to him, but he'll screw them over.
Okay.
Right?
That's why Beyonce has to make those sad songs every once in a while.
Yeah, she's like, yeah. And then Kanye West, he's doing it the only noble way. The only noble sacrifice, if that is your endeavor to achieve the highest heights, the only noble sacrifice is to sacrifice yourself to whatever it is whatever that medium is. So he sacrificed himself to the art. Like there is no Kanye West anymore. There is only what Kanye West does and produces. There is only what Kanye West can create. There is no more Kanye West. He sacrificed that. So when he is in that moment, you know, like running for president, he's not running for president for him. He's running for president because of what he feels like he can do for the people. It's for the people. It's for what he can produce as president. So when he's having that rant isn't, he's not having a meltdown. He's showing human emotion that we're just not used to seeing anymore because I don't want to say demonized, that might be too strong of a word, but we definitely like, you know, we made the idea of a man showing that type of emotion in a context of like all eyes on him. That's now a meltdown in our eyes. Right. But it wasn't. It was like, that was the artist that is Kanye West expressing himself about something that moved him. Yeah. You know, and he's expressing it in the way that it moved him, because that's all he knows how. I don't know. I don't want to say that's all he knows how to do, but like he sacrificed himself to that. That is what he is now. He is only expression.
Yeah.
So, where are we at so far?
It's jacked.
Right?
It's jacked. I mean, because if you think about great artists, right, and you think about where they go in their life, there's way too many of them that get lost to their art, right? In the argument that you're making, you know, from painters like Van Gogh, like I don't know,
Albert Einstein.
Einstein.
You know, these people who just throw their whole entire existence into their work. Who did with the Agony and the Ecstasy? Who was that book about one of those Renaissance painters?
Oh, Michelangelo.
It was Michelangelo.
Da Vinci? Yeah.
Wait, who did the Sistine Chapel?
Michelangelo.
Yeah. So yeah, him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Completely sacrificed himself to art. Leonardo da Vinci, the one that did all the sketches and invented a fucking helicopter on paper that works.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he sacrificed himself to that. Like you can't be a conduit for the type of things that they were a conduit for unless you sacrifice all of yourself to that thing.
Yeah.
So
Prince, Michael Jackson.
Well, Michael Jackson's a little different. He was diddling boys. He was like
Mariah Carey.
He was like he was a diddler. R. Kelly, diddler. Mm-hmm. Mariah Carey, crazy woman.
Now you've got to name me a woman that's committed herself to the art that you're not going to call a crazy woman.
Princess Olga.
Get out of here.
I don't know. I mean, like Sylvia Plath.
Stuck her head in an oven.
Yeah, but that was her art. She wrote about suicide all the time. She killed herself.
Yeah.
You know? Right? I mean, we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what is I'm thinking of a nurse. Who is the not a
Mother
nurse.
Teresa?
Mother Teresa is a good example of a woman who sacrificed herself to the thing.
Princess Di?
Possibly. I don't know too much about her story. But Madame Curie.
Oh yeah.
The
radon lady?
Yeah, the radioactivity lady.
Yeah.
She sacrificed herself to that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So there might be one other noble billionaire currently.
Do tell.
Well, who do you think it would be? Like if you had based off of the people that we know who are billionaires in our pop culture.
Okay. Oprah. Mark Cuban. Is this like I'm gonna like really expose myself for my list of billionaires? Gates.
Well, I mean, honestly, the first two you named, I was like, man, I didn't even think about them.
Are the Clintons billionaires?
I think so. Like maybe together.
Yeah.
Like as a couple, but you know what they sacrificed.
Yeah.
They were on Epstein's Island. They were sacrificing young boys.
Yeah.
They were actually making sacrifices.
I don't know.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
That's a good one. I mean, like, there's that like crazy, I can't think of the words, but you know, like those people that are creative and have so much angst and like they're like impressive, but they're also at the same time you can be like,
They're creative and genuine at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Because so Chael Sonnen said something that it's like ringing. It's gonna ring for me for a while because I definitely noticed that was true. Chael Sonnen is an ex-fighter. He mostly does analyst stuff. I think he might fight a little bit in Bellator still, but MMA guy. And he was talking about, in his height, Chael Sonnen was known for talking trash. He would be able to drum up a lot of interest in his fights because he was hilarious, right? And he was saying that anytime he was talking trash, whenever he said the truth, it never moved the needle. As soon as he would tell a lie, people were all over it. You know, so he would be like, until he was blue in the face, like, I'm going to kick this guy's ass. I believe I'm the better fighter. Like, I would never he used to say about jiu-jitsu, I will never get caught with a man between my legs for any reason, you know? Because
he doesn't do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, he would just like stomp everybody who tried to jiu-jitsu him. You know, he was a wrestler, but he would never get caught with a man between his legs. Never going to happen, right? Yeah. But if he would say something like, oh, my opponent, after my last fight, my opponent came to my locker room and asked me for an autograph, and I was like, not today, boy.
And then
people were like, oh my God, that's amazing. You know, it was a lie. It was a complete and utter lie.
Yeah.
So we have a tendency, for whatever reason it is, we have a tendency as people to believe the facade over the genuine artifact. Like whatever is genuine seems tedious.
Is that like, you feel like that's why like Kobe, like if you look at through athletic eyes, like Kobe was a noble billionaire,
100%.
but LeBron James sold something of himself.
100%. I didn't even think about that example. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Like that
I wouldn't though, because I would never put two black guys against each other like that, because I'm not that way. You know what I mean? I'm more of a token Highlander type. But yeah, 100%. Kobe 100% sacrificed his world, his life, his existence to basketball. Like everything that he did was like, he wasn't about extracurricular shit. He wasn't like, I'm trying to become a billionaire. Like it was like when he was trying to design his shoe, he was trying to design the perfect shoe to make him better at basketball.
Yeah.
Like Kobe Bryant spoke multiple languages.
Yeah.
Right? The reason why he spoke languages is because when he was like living overseas and playing basketball as a young guy, he was better able to communicate basketball shit if he learned the language.
Yeah.
So that's why he learned the language.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing that Kobe did that didn't have something to do with basketball.
Well, you know, when he cummed on women in the hotel.
I'm pretty sure when he did it, he was like, Kobe.
He was aiming.
Yeah.
Anti-coordination.
Like, dude, it was weird. Like, no matter what side he started having sex on, he would always finish on the opposite side. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
He was unstoppable in sex. By the way, that is something about Kobe. It's a little detail about Kobe. He would drive on one side and always finish the bucket on the other side of the rim and use the rim as a shield.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Dude, just brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you for that example.
You're welcome.
And you know, you see LeBron James is like, he sacrifices integrity.
Yeah.
Like he's willing to convince a whole nation of people that they're being targeted by police because that gets him popularity. That gets him likes. You know? And it's like, dude, really? You're willing to sacrifice the potential self-esteem of a whole culture just so you can have the likes? It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. All right, so I think we're good. I think we wowed you.
Yeah.
Like that last thing, people are going to be thinking about.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
I feel like this whole episode was full of a lot of knowledge.
A lot of nuggets. A lot of nuggets in this episode. Some filthy nuggets. Filthy nuggets. So I will, let me find these shout outs. Let's get them. First of all, I definitely, let's just run through them. Mike Butler, Mike Levy, Liz Bott, Doc, Kevin Stevens, Julian from Canada, what up? And his wife, Meg says.so on Twitter, and Meg Says So for her podcast. Everything you need to know about sewing. What is another word to describe like crafts, but like specifically sewing?
Yeah.
You know, whatever. We'll get there. And Kevin Lau, Mary Jo, what up? What up, Barry? What up, Barry Picker? What up? What up? It's she's gonna test all my berries first.
Stay away from the little red ones.
You're cool with this, right? Could you taste this for me? Nicole, Janelle, Raj, Courtney, Rick, Andrew Pace, Keith Butts, Kyle Hancock, Erica Daniels, Levi Mercer, Justin Masabi, Ezekiel Ellis, Logan, Ryan, Roger Downs, Joe Rob, Joe Francis and his girlfriend's company, Saved by the Wreath, TJ James, our man down under, holding us down under, Nick Cupsey and his 2 books, Lost in the Mail and the 5 People You Meet in Wawa. This old guy still don't know who he is. You can't forget Chris Bruno and Kevin McGran, Graham Hoffman, what up, Chris Tucker, my man, and then my brother, Derek Towson. We have different last names. We'll explain one time. One of these times we'll explain why I have let me count my siblings. Man, I got to use a finger. So I should have this number locked, right? It's not locked because I'm not getting new siblings.
No.
You know, like my parents are done making babies, right? So, 7. I have 7 siblings.
I came up with 7 too.
I have 7 siblings, and I have the same last name as 2 of them. So we'll explain. We'll explain later.
And that last name doesn't match your dad.
Not at all. Nobody has the same last name, or my mom. My mom has a different last name. We black. We're black. All right. Thank you so much for listening. You're currently listening to Melissa Bio Kingdom and her band Circadian Clock. Check them out. Check out Circadian Clock on all the music listening platforms. Spotify. I don't know them. Pandora, iTunes. You know them. I don't. All right. Thank you for listening. Later.
Got you.